Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of all the confusing corporate papers you should know about. Today, we're looking at First Interstate Bank System Inc., and I have a feeling this one might be a bit more interesting than a typical bank filing. Let's dive in. First Interstate is a company that operates banks and other financial services. This report is a snapshot of what they're up to, and the big news here is about them selling some of their bank branches. The main story is that First Interstate is selling 11 of its bank branches. Think of it like a bank closing down some stores. These aren't just empty buildings though, they are selling the actual branches, which means they are also selling the customer deposits and the loans that were handled at these locations. They are even selling the real estate and any other stuff the bank owned at the branch. The buyer in this deal is Security First Bank, and the agreement to do this was signed on October 15th. This is a significant move, and it signals a shift in their strategy. So where are these branches located? It's interesting to see that all 11 branches are in Nebraska. This suggests that First Interstate might be re-evaluating its presence or focusing its resources elsewhere in the country. For example, they are selling a branch at 423 West 3rd Street Alliance, Nebraska 69,301, and another at 118 East State Street, Atkinson, Nebraska 68,713. They are also selling branches in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, McCook, Norfolk, Yornell, Ord, Scottsbluff, and Sydney. This is a pretty concentrated divestiture in one state. Now, this sale isn't a done deal just yet. Like any big business transaction, especially in the banking world, it needs approval from the government regulators. The company thinks this whole thing will be wrapped up by early 2026. Selling branches can be a strategic move. Maybe these branches weren't performing as well as others, or perhaps First Interstate wants to simplify its operations and focus on larger markets or more profitable ventures. We won't see the full financial impact of this until after it closes, but it certainly shows a willingness to make big changes. The report also tells us what stock is listed on the stock exchange. First Interstate's common stock is traded on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol FIB. This is important for investors to know if they want to buy or sell shares of the company. Regarding the stock itself, it is described as common stock with a par value of $0.00001. Par value is a very basic nominal amount assigned to a share of stock, and it rarely reflects the actual market value. What really matters to investors is the stock price and how it performs. Scroll title of each class I title at this point. We don't have any specific financial tables in this particular filing that show revenue or profit numbers. This filing is primarily focused on disclosing a significant business event, which is the sale of these branches. Usually a full financial report like a 10Q or 10K would have detailed tables with profit and loss statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. If we had those, we could really dig into how the company is performing financially. However, this 8K filing is more about announcing news and events. The company also included a standard legal disclaimer about forward-looking statements. This is basically a warning to investors. They are saying that some of the things they mention in the report, like their expectations about the branch sale closing by early 2026, are based on current beliefs and assumptions. However, because business is unpredictable, actual results could end up being different. This is pretty common in these filings to protect the company from lawsuits if things don't go exactly as planned. They are telling us to be cautious and not to bet everything on these future predictions. They also mention that more details about risks can be found in their annual filings like their 10K, which is a much more comprehensive report. And finally, the report lists the exhibits. The key exhibit here, number 99.1, is the actual press release about the branch sale. This is what provides the details of the announcement. Therese also exhibit 104, which is related to interactive data files for easier analysis. So, what does all this mean for First Interstate Bank System? This sale of 11 branches in Nebraska signals a strategic shift. It could mean they are sharpening their focus on other markets, or perhaps these branches were underperforming and selling them strengthens their overall financial position. We don't have the hard numbers yet to see exactly how this impacts their bottom line or profitability, but the intent is clear. They are making a deliberate choice to reshape their physical footprint. It is a bold move, and investors will be watching closely to see how this divestiture plays out in their future financial reports. The absence of detailed financial tables in this specific filing means we can't analyze their current profitability or growth from this document alone, but the strategic announcement is significant. Alright, that's my take on this filing from First Interstate Bank System. What do you think about this strategic move? Are they making the right choice sharing off these branches? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for even more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.